Difference between variables inside and outside of underscore underscore init underscore underscore, class and instance attributes. Is there any difference at all between these classes, besides the name? Does it make any difference if I use or don't use the underscore underscore init underscore underscore method for declaring the variable value? My main worry is that I'll be using it one way, when that'll cause me further problems down the road.
Variables set outside underscore underscore init underscore underscore belong to the class. They are shared by all instances. Variables created inside underscore underscore init underscore underscore and all other method functions and prefaced with self dot belong to the object instance.
Further to s.lot's reply, class variables get passed to metaclass new method and can be accessed through the dictionary when a metaclass is defined. So, class variables can be accessed even before classes are created and instantiated. For example,
without self. Create some objects. I can change the C1 instance, and it will not affect the C2 instance. But if I change the full class, all instances of that class will be changed as well. Please note how Python scoping works here. With self, changing the class does not affect the instances.
I would like to add something to the responses that I read in this thread and this thread, which references this one. Disclaimer, this remarks come from the experiments I ran. Variables outside underscore underscore init underscore underscore. These are, in fact, static class variables and are, therefore, accessible to all instances of the class. Variables inside underscore underscore init underscore underscore. The value of these instance variables are only accessible to the instance at hand through the self-reference. My contribution. One thing that programmers must consider when using static class variables is that they can be shadowed by instance variables if you are accessing the static class variables through the self-reference. Explanation. Previously, I thought that both ways of declaring the variables were exactly the same, silly me, and that was partly because I could access both kind of variables through the self-reference. It was now, when I ran into trouble, that I researched the topic and cleared it up. The problem with accessing static class variables through the self-reference is that it only references the static class variable if there is no instance variable with the same name, and to make things worse, trying to redefine a static class variable through the self-reference does not work because an instance variable is created which then shadows the previously accessible static class variable. To get around this problem, you should always reference static class variables through the name of the class. Example. Output. I hope this is helpful to someone.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing.